我们收到情报，上校为师上海。
Bureau of Police, Fuji. Shogun's lackey.
Needs to put guards on the Kamiya dojo.
Rumura.
Thank you, Sano.
Yeah.
Down on the ground! I won't hit. On!
Oh, why?
It's all right. Just take it easy. Stroke.
Go! Don't do it!
Don't curse me for this. Already have enough haunting me these days.
Careful.
So it's you. Have I tasted?
Both of you! Go! Oh no.
That rat.
Heard last night.
What's your name? Battousai.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Give him this for me. Who are you?
Their powers outside the law and bury the Watchers.
Whoever you are.
Sounds like fun.
Hershey!
Use your head!
Coming! Hershey! Hershey! Wake up!
Where are you going? Your so-called patriot. My pride.
We lay a hand on Kaoru. Don't worry.
And you too will die!
We've been waiting.
Shinomori. Edo hidden.
Hey, get out of my way!
Afraid I don't have time to play with you.
Trump card! Just of the 10 swords. So... Her wounds hurt a lot more! Can only be atoned for. That is your only...
This is not...
Sister fall in love with you!
And your hatred for me is also known.
Everyone thinks... Interfere!
Stop it! You have to stop!
Hey guys, today we are diving headfirst into the adrenaline-fueled world of Rurouni Kenshin Final Chapter Part 1, The Final, a movie that really cranks the action dial up to 11 from the get-go. If you thought the previous films were intense, prepare yourself, because things get personal here. We kick off in a rather smoky and chaotic 19th century Shanghai, a bustling hub of illicit activities. Our main man, Kenshin, alongside his trusty brawler Sanosuke and the enigmatic Aoshi Shinomori, are smack dab in the middle of an opium raid. It's an instant explosion of sword slashes and bone-jarring fisticuffs, all happening atop and around a speeding train. The metallic clang of blades echoes through the night as Kenshin, looking as effortlessly cool as ever, demonstrates why he's earned the title of the legendary Battousai. Enemies just sort of bounce off him. It's almost unfair. I put a lot of work into these, so if you like what you see, a like and a subscribe is always appreciated. No worries if not. The train sequence quickly escalates when a mysterious white-haired figure reveals himself. This isn't just any random henchman, oh no. This is Enishi Yukishiro, and he's not here to collect train fare. His eyes burn with an almost unsettling intensity, making it clear he has a serious bone to pick with our hero. As he confronts Kenshin, we get a quick, gut-wrenching flashback. The horrific moment Kenshin accidentally took the life of his beloved wife, Tomoe. This is where Kenshin's iconic cross-shaped scar originates, a constant, painful reminder of his past sins. Enishi, you see, is Tomoe's younger brother, and he witnessed the whole tragic event. Talk about some serious family baggage. His thirst for revenge isn't some petty squabble. It's a deep-seated, all-consuming fury that has festered for years. He's been biding his time, building an empire in the criminal underworld, all to make Kenshin suffer a man's judgment. Jinchu. He doesn't want to just kill Kenshin. He wants to break him, strip him of everything he holds dear. A truly charming individual. I must say, after the intense introduction in Shanghai, Kenshin, Sanosuke, and the rest of the gang find themselves back in the familiar, comforting confines of the Kamiya dojo. For a fleeting moment, it feels like peace might just be attainable. Kaoru, Yahiko, and Megumi are there, and the gentle clatter of daily life seems to resume. But as anyone who's seen a movie before knows, good things never last. Suddenly, the serene quiet is shattered by a series of devastating explosions rippling through Tokyo. The ground trembles. Buildings groan and collapse, and panic spreads through the bustling streets like wildfire. It's not just a single attack. It's a coordinated assault on multiple key locations, designed to instill widespread terror and chaos. The metallic shriek of tearing infrastructure and the distant cries of alarm paint a grim picture. This isn't a random act of destruction. It's a meticulously planned assault, leaving no doubt that Enishi is making good on his promise. He's not just knocking at the door. He's blowing the whole house down. As the dust settles, metaphorically speaking, the group gathers at the dojo, trying to piece together the identity of this new, terrifying threat. It quickly becomes clear that Enishi is the puppet master behind this devastation. They realize his Jinchu isn't just a threat. It's a meticulously planned campaign of psychological torment. To get a handle on the situation, Kenshin knows there's only one man to turn to for insights into the darkest corners of the underworld. Satoh Hajime. Our favorite grumpy policeman, with a penchant for chain smoking, or at least chain lighting his cigarettes with dramatic flair, makes a rather stylish entrance. The flick of his lighter and the puff of smoke feel almost iconic. Satoh, ever the pragmatist, confirms their suspicions and fills in some of the blanks about Enishi's rise to power as a formidable crime lord in Shanghai. He describes Enishi's ruthlessness and the sheer depth of his hatred, making it clear that this isn't just a physical battle, but a war for Kenshin's very soul. The chill in Sato's voice is palpable, conveying the gravity of the threat. To truly understand Enishi's chilling determination, the film takes us further back in time. We revisit the heart-wrenching moment of Tomoe's death, but this time from a terrified young Enishi's perspective. The sight of his sister falling and Kenshin standing over her burns an indelible image into his young mind, warping his grief into a potent, lifelong vendetta. The scene paints a stark picture of a boy broken by tragedy, leaving him with nothing but a burning desire for retribution. We then follow his harrowing journey as he grows up in the brutal streets of Shanghai, meticulously building his criminal empire. He gathers a truly eclectic and dangerous group of allies, each with their own unique, often unsettling skills. These aren't just your run-of-the-mill thugs. They are a formidable rogues gallery, united by their loyalty to Enishi and their sheer destructive capability. He's not playing checkers. He's playing a very deadly game of chess, and he's brought a whole army of pieces. Enishi isn't one for subtlety, and his next move makes that abundantly clear. His forces launch a direct, unannounced assault on the Kamiya dojo itself. The tranquility of the dojo is shattered by a deafening explosion as the front gate is blown to splinters, sending wood and dust flying everywhere. It's an ambush, pure and simple, and it signals that the war has arrived on their doorstep. The sound of dozens of boots hitting the ground is quickly followed by the metallic rasp of weapons being drawn. Kenshin, Sanosuke, Kaoru, and even young Yahiko spring into action, forming a desperate defense. The ensuing brawl is a whirlwind of furious martial arts and sharp swordplay. Sanosuke's massive fists deliver concussive blows, each punch landing with a satisfying, bone-jarring thud. Yahiko, surprisingly capable, uses his bamboo sword with surprising efficacy, darting between larger opponents. It's a testament to their bonds. They fight not just for themselves, but for their shared home and family. Even Kaoru, usually the peace-loving kendo instructor, unleashes some serious moves. As the battle rages on, it becomes clear that these aren't just any ordinary goons. Enishi's top brass make their grand entrance, and they are quite the motley crew of destruction. We meet Wu Haishin, a man who clearly skips leg day but makes up for it with devastating punches. Then there's Gin, a master puppeteer whose strings are far more deadly than a marionette show, turning bodies into weapons. Inui Banjin, with his impenetrable gauntlets, makes every block feel like hitting a concrete wall, the clanging impact echoing through the small space. Otowa Hyoko, with an arsenal of hidden blades, creates a terrifying whirlwind of steel, each strike slicing through the air with a menacing whisper. And let's not forget Mumyo Yatsume, whose razor-sharp claws rip through anything in his path, making you wish you'd invested in better armor. The sheer variety of their fighting styles pushes Kenshin and his friends to their absolute limits. The dojo, once a symbol of peace, is now a chaotic symphony of grunts, shouts, and the painful thuds of bodies hitting tatami mats. It's like a villain convention, but with actual consequences. Just when you think things can't get any more chaotic, the man himself, Enishi, makes his move, stepping into the fray. He immediately bypasses the lesser fighters, his focus solely on Kenshin. The air crackles with tension as they finally cross swords. The clang of steel meeting steel is sharp and jarring, a stark contrast to the softer sounds of the ongoing melee. Inishi's fighting style, the watatsumi, is revealed to be surprisingly potent and unpredictable, combining speed with brutal, impactful blows that seem to ripple through the ground. It's a style designed to mimic the relentless force of the sea, and Kenshin, for perhaps the first time in a while, looks genuinely outmatched. The weight of his past, specifically Tomoe's death, hangs heavy on him, slowing his movements, dulling his edge. You can almost feel the mental struggle Kenshin is enduring. Every parry, every block is tinged with regret. Enishi uses this emotional vulnerability, pressing his advantage with savage precision, each strike imbued with years of pent-up hatred. The fight is less about winning and more about breaking Kenshin's spirit. Enishi isn't just a physical threat. He's a master of psychological warfare. His Jinchu plan comes to its devastating climax in a truly cruel manner. In a moment designed to shatter Kenshin, Kaoru is seemingly struck down and falls lifelessly into the water, a sword appearing to pierce her. The entire scene is played out with such chilling realism that it sucker punches not just Kenshin but the audience too. The horrified gasp from Kenshin is palpable, a sound of utter defeat. It's revealed to be a meticulously crafted, lifelike doll, a truly masterful, albeit evil piece of work by Gain, one of Inishi's more unsettling subordinates. The deception is flawless, designed to inflict the deepest possible pain. Kenshin, witnessing this horrific act, completely breaks. The sound of his heart shattering might as well be audible. His eyes lose their light. His signature strength evaporates, and his very will to live seems to crumble. Enishi doesn't want Kenshin dead. He wants him to suffer the same profound loss and despair that he did. Mission accomplished for now. The death of Kaoru plunges Kenshin into an abyss of despair so profound it's almost tangible. He blames himself entirely, the weight of his past sins and present failures crushing him. He simply leaves. He abandons the dojo, the place he had finally found peace, and wanders the rain-soaked streets of Tokyo, a hollow shell of his former self. The rhythmic patter of rain matches the quiet thud of his broken spirit. His katana, once an extension of his will, now feels like a heavy burden. He eventually finds himself in a desolate, forgotten corner of society, a fallen village inhabited by outcasts and the lost. It's a place where people go to die, or at least to forget. Here he finds a twisted kind of kinship with those who have also lost everything, silently sharing their misery. His friends, Yahiko and Sanosuke, try desperately to reach him, to pull him out of his self-imposed exile, but their efforts are met with a vacant stare. Even the ever-observant Saito and the analytical Aoshi can only watch, helpless, as Kenshin wallows in his grief. It's a tough watch, seeing our hero so utterly broken. While Kenshin is busy having a very public existential crisis, his friends aren't just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. This is where the true heart of the Kenshin Gumi shines through. Yahiko, Sanosuke, the feisty Misao, the perpetually brooding Aoshi, the ever-cynical Saito, and the pragmatic Dr. Megumi all rallied together. They refuse to accept Kaoru's death, sensing something amiss with the overly dramatic nature of her demise. These folks don't do surrender. They combine their various skills, gather intelligence, and start digging. And in a moment that has everyone breathing a collective sigh of relief and maybe a little, "I knew it," they discover the truth. Kaoru is alive. She's being held captive in a rather gloomy, dimly lit room, but she's definitely not a doll. The camera shows her, bruised but defiant, trying to resist her captors. The news reinvigorates the team, turning their grief into renewed determination. It's like a superhero team-up, but with more samurai and less spandex, with the confirmation that Kaoru is indeed alive and kicking, or at least, trying to kick. The dynamic shifts from despair to resolute action. The diverse group of allies, a veritable who's who of Kenshin's past associates and new friends, gathers to devise a rescue plan. This isn't just a casual chat. It's a full-blown war council, complete with maps and intense discussions. They pinpoint Enishi's heavily fortified island fortress as Kaoru's prison, a place so secure it practically screams villain lair. They meticulously strategize, weighing every risk, every possible approach. And in a rather touching display of unexpected solidarity, they even enlist the help of some of the outcasts from the fallen village. These individuals, once forgotten by society, find a new purpose in aiding Kenshin's friends, proving that even in the darkest corners, hope and camaraderie can bloom. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful armies are made up of the most unlikely heroes. No fancy gadgets here, just raw determination and a whole lot of sword skills. While the team is busy drawing up blueprints for a full-scale invasion, Kenshin is still mired in his self-pity party, doing his best impression of a human-shaped slump. It takes a truly powerful intervention to snap him out of it, and who better than young Yahiko, who has grown up under Kenshin's tutelage. In a moment that proves character development isn't just for main leads, Yahiko confronts Kenshin directly. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He delivers a passionate, almost scathing speech. He reminds Kenshin of his promise to protect, of the lives he's touched, and the sheer selfishness of abandoning them all. The boy's voice cracks with frustration and love, cutting through Kenshin's grief like a freshly sharpened blade. This isn't just a pep talk. It's a spiritual awakening, a painful but necessary jolt back to reality. Kenshin slowly lifts his head, the light returning to his eyes, the resolve hardening his jaw. He remembers who he is, and more importantly, who he needs to be. The quiet moment of acceptance, almost a gentle sigh, signals his return. He's back, baby! With Kenshin finally back in fighting form, the stage is set for the grand finale. The diverse alliance, a mix of samurai, ninjas, doctors, and even reformed outcasts, embarks on their daring rescue mission. A small fleet of boats cuts through the dark waters, stealthily approaching Enishi's fortress, an imposing structure that looms like a malevolent shadow against the horizon. The sound of oars dipping quietly into the water, and the hushed whispers of tactical commands build an intense atmosphere of anticipation. This isn't just a charge. It's a meticulously planned infiltration. The initial breach of the fortress's perimeter is swift and decisive, a carefully executed maneuver that catches Enishi's guards by surprise. It's like a high-stakes game of capture the flag, but with actual swords and much higher stakes. Explosions erupt in the distance as diversionary tactics take hold, drawing away enemy attention. The team splits up, each knowing their role, each ready to face down whatever horrors Enishi has waiting for them. The metallic scrape of boots on stone and the muffled grunts of startled guards signal the start of the chaotic symphony. As the team infiltrates the fortress, they fan out, each facing their own particular brand of pain. Sanosuke, our favorite hot-headed brawler, naturally finds himself going toe-to-toe with Inui Banjin, whose armored gauntlets have proven quite the nuisance. The fight is a symphony of blunt force trauma. Sanosuke's massive fists, each one capable of cracking concrete, repeatedly slam against Banjin's metal-plated arms. The clanging, ringing sound of each impact echoes through the stone corridors, vibrating through the bones. It's a test of sheer endurance and power. Banjin, with his seemingly impenetrable defense, tries to wear Sanosuke down, absorbing every bone-rattling blow. But Sanosuke, being Sanosuke, just gets angrier and somehow even stronger. His determination to protect his friends fuels every punch, every desperate charge. The ground shakes with their impacts. It's less a graceful sword fight and more like two very angry, very strong men trying to break each other. My money's always on the guy who hits hardest, and Sanosuke's got that in spades. Meanwhile, young Yaheko, who's not so young anymore, faces a formidable challenge in Ottawa Hayoko, the master of hidden blades. This fight is less about brute strength and more about lightning-fast reflexes and precision. Hayoko's attacks are a deadly dance, a blur of flashing steel as blades seem to sprout from every part of his body, wrists, elbows, even his shoes. The chilling whisper of air being cut by metal surrounds Yaheko as he dodges and weaves, his bamboo sword, now sometimes a real one because character arc, deflecting and parrying with surprising skill. It's a true test of his training under Kenshin and Kaoru. Yahiko, often seen as the comedic relief, here shows a newfound maturity and courage, fighting for his adopted family. The scrapes and cuts he endures are real, the metallic tang of blood filling the air, but his resolve never wavers. It's truly impressive to see how far he's come. From a street urchin to a competent swordsman, he's earned his stripes, or should I say his scars. Aoshi, ever the brooding stoic ninja, finds his nemesis in Gain, the unsettlingly brilliant puppeteer who orchestrated Kaoru's fake death. This isn't just a fight. It's a grim ballet of control and counter-control. Aoshi's dual kodachi blades flash with deadly grace, each strike aimed with surgical precision. But Gain is a different kind of monster. He doesn't just fight with his body, he fights with everything around him. He manipulates inanimate objects, turning them into deadly projectiles, and in his most macabre move, even animates corpses, forcing them to fight for him. The unnerving creak of manipulated limbs and the guttural sounds of Gain's puppets make the air thick with dread. Aoshi must use all his tactical brilliance and speed to outmaneuver Gain's twisted creations. It's a truly chilling encounter, a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous enemies aren't just strong, but disturbingly clever. Fighting zombies controlled by a puppet master? Sounds like my kind of Tuesday. Leave it to Satoh Hajime to find the biggest, baddest henchman and decide, yeah, that one's mine. He squares off against Wu Haishin, Enishi's imposing brute force chief enforcer. This is less of a duel and more of a demolition derby. Haishin's attacks are a flurry of devastating, explosive punches, each one aimed to shatter bone. The sheer impact of his blows rattles the very foundations of the fortress, sending tremors through the floor. But Satoh, the unflappable wolf of Mibu, meets force with even greater force, his movements precise, almost economical. He's not one for flashy moves, but his signature Gatotsu thrust is pure, unadulterated power. The sharp, piercing sound of his blade cutting through the air, followed by a grunt of effort, is a terrifying combination. Haishin is strong, but Satoh is a force of nature, driven by an unyielding sense of duty and a healthy dose of stubbornness. It's a testament to Saito's legendary discipline that he can stand against such raw power, deflecting and counterattacking with grim determination. Haishin might be big, but Satoh is, well, Satoh. After dispatching their respective opponents, the paths converge, and Kenshin finally reaches Enishi. The setting is suitably epic. A grand, decaying hall, pillars crumbling, debris scattered everywhere. It's the perfect arena for a final showdown. The air hangs heavy with anticipation, the sounds of their previous battles fading into the background. Enishi is ready, his eyes still burning with that same cold fury. But now, there's a flicker of something else. Perhaps a desperate hope that this time he will truly break Kenshin. Kenshin, however, is a changed man. The despair is gone, replaced by a steely resolve and a fierce determination to protect the lives he cherishes. Their swords are drawn, the metallic rasp echoing in the cavernous space. This isn't just about revenge for Enishi or guilt for Kenshin. It's about the future. The fight isn't just for Kaoru, but for Kenshin's very soul and the peace he's fought so hard to find. The first clang of their blades signals a battle of wills as much as a battle of skill. This isn't just a dance of blades. It's a visceral exploration of trauma and grief. As Kenshin and Enishi clash, the film expertly weaves in more flashbacks, reminding us of the profound tragedy that binds these two men. We see snippets of Tomoe, alive and radiant, followed by the agonizing moments of her death. viewed from both Kenshin's perspective and a young, heartbroken Enishi's. The metallic clang of swords feels like the reverberation of their shattered pasts. Enishi fights with a raw, almost desperate rage, each strike a desperate attempt to externalize his internal agony. Kenshin, conversely, fights with a heavy heart, burdened by the guilt of his accidental killing of Tomoe, but now also fueled by the desire to end this cycle of hatred. You can almost feel the air thick with unspoken anguish. The crack of a punch, the whisper of air as a blade narrowly misses, all underscore the brutal intimacy of their shared tragedy. It's heavy, folks. This isn't just a fight. It's two souls trying to tear each other apart while simultaneously trying to mend their own broken pieces. Deep stuff for a dude with a reverse blade sword. As the duel progresses, a significant shift occurs. Kenshin, having finally confronted his despair, pushes past the paralyzing guilt. The sounds of his struggles lessen, replaced by the confident, rhythmic whoosh of his blade. He's no longer fighting defensively, caught in the undertow of his past. He's fighting with a renewed purpose. He unleashes the full might of his heightened Mitsurugi Ryu, a style characterized by its superhuman speed and precise strikes. The ground trembles as he executes powerful techniques, each movement a blur of lethal grace. Enishi's volatile, unpredictable Watatsumi style is met with Kenshin's adaptable, fluid responses. The metallic clash of their swords takes on a new intensity, a rapid-fire exchange that speaks of mastery on both sides. Kenshin's movements are faster, his focus sharper, his spirit unburdened. He's fighting not just to survive, but to break the cycle of hatred and to protect the new life he's built. You can practically hear the level up sound effect going off in the background because Kenshin is seriously back in the game. While Kenshin is busy having his dramatic main event, his friends are executing their part of the plan with equal determination. They finally locate Kaoru, bruised and battered, but defiantly alive. The relief that washes over the team is palpable, a collective sigh of released tension. The sight of Kaoru, rescued and safe, provides a much-needed emotional anchor amidst the chaos. The sounds of struggle from Kenshin's fight still echo, but here, in this small, secure corner, there's a moment of quiet triumph. The warm, comforting embrace between Kaoru and her rescuers, particularly Yahiko, speaks volumes about the strength of their family bonds. It's a powerful reminder of what Kenshin is fighting for, that his efforts are not in vain. The metallic clang of shackles being broken and the soft, reassuring words exchanged underscore the emotional weight of the rescue. It's a small victory, but a significant one, providing a powerful contrast to the intense, life-or-death struggle Kenshin is still enduring. Because what's a hero without his reason to fight, right? The climactic duel between Kenshin and Enishi reaches its crescendo. Kenshin, now fully re-engaged and fighting with a clear heart, delivers a final decisive blow. It's not a killing strike because that's not Kenshin's way anymore. Instead, it's a calculated, powerful move designed to incapacitate and, more importantly, to finally break the cycle of hatred that has consumed Enishi for so long. The impact is a sharp, resounding thud, followed by the distinct sound of Enishi's weapon clattering to the ground. Enishi crumples, defeated, but it's not just a physical collapse. He's utterly overwhelmed by the weight of his own unresolved grief and the futility of his revenge. The sound of his choked sob, almost lost in the din of the battle's aftermath, is truly heartbreaking. He's a broken man, his vengeance unfulfilled, his sister still gone. The silence that follows the final strike is almost deafening, a stark contrast to the preceding chaos. Kenshin stands over him, not with triumph, but with a profound sense of sorrow and empathy for the man he was forced to fight. Sometimes winning doesn't feel like winning at all. Just as the dust begins to settle and the last echoes of swordplay fade, the authorities, led by the ever-present Satoh, finally arrive on the scene. It's like when the police show up just as the hero has finished cleaning up the entire mess. "Thanks for coming, guys. We had it mostly handled." They move swiftly to apprehend Enishi and any of his remaining dazed henchmen. The metallic click of handcuffs and the stern commands of the officers replace the violent sounds of combat. Enishi, still in a state of emotional and physical collapse, offers no resistance. He's led away, a stark figure of broken vengeance. His empire has crumbled. His plans have failed, and he's left with nothing but his haunting memories. It's a somber end for a character so driven by pure, unadulterated hatred. While the law brings an official end to the conflict, it's clear the emotional scars for everyone involved, especially Kenshin and Enishi, will take a lot longer to heal. It just goes to show revenge is a dish best served. Never, apparently. With the immediate threat neutralized and Enishi in custody, the surviving members of the Kenshin Gumi return to the Kamiya dojo. It's battered and bruised, much like its occupants, but it still stands, a defiant symbol of their resilience. The sounds of hammering and cleaning begin, a tangible representation of their commitment to rebuilding. Kenshin and Kaoru are finally truly reunited, their embrace a silent promise of a future together. The relief in their eyes is almost overwhelming, a quiet joy that speaks volumes. Yahiko, Sanosuke, Megumi, and even the more reserved Aoshi and Saito are present, their camaraderie palpable. It's a reminder that through all the intense, bone-rattling battles, the heart of this story lies in the bonds of family, whether by blood or by choice. The gentle laughter and the feeling of warmth that permeates the dojo after so much darkness is a healing balm. It's like everyone just realized they could finally breathe again. As the sun rises over the recovering city, Kenshin stands alone for a moment, contemplating the arduous journey he's undertaken. The quiet sigh he lets out seems to carry the weight of all his past battles and sorrows. His reflections are deep, no doubt revisiting the ghosts of his past as Battousai and the profound losses he's endured. But this time there's a difference. He makes a silent, solemn promise, not just to Kaoru, but to himself, to truly live, to embrace his role as a protector, and to safeguard the peace he has fought so fiercely to establish. The gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze and the distant sounds of the city waking up underscore the sense of new beginnings. It's a powerful moment of acceptance, where he finally lets go of the crushing guilt and fully embraces his present. He's no longer just a wandering assassin seeking atonement. He's Kenshin Himura, the reverse blade swordsman, committed to a future of peace. And that, my friends, is a pretty epic character arc. Meanwhile, far from the healing embrace of the Kamiya dojo, Enishi sits alone in a cold, stark prison cell. The clanging of the cell door, a harsh finality, echoes his defeat. His face is vacant, haunted by the memories of his sister and the violent path he chose. He's physically contained, but his mind remains a battlefield, still wrestling with his profound grief and the wreckage of his vengeful crusade. There's no easy redemption here, no sudden change of heart. He's left with the bitter taste of failure and the crushing realization that his actions brought only more suffering, not peace for Tomoe. The metallic drip of water from a distant pipe and the silence of the cell emphasize his isolation. It's a poignant portrayal of how some wounds run so deep that even justice can't fully heal them. It's a reminder that while Kenshin found a way to move forward, Enishi is still trapped in the past. It's a pretty heavy ending for a guy who just wanted his sister back, even if his methods were extreme. With Kaoru confirmed alive, the energy among Kenshin's allies becomes electric. There's a buzzing hum of renewed purpose, a stark contrast to the earlier despair. They quickly realize that Enishi's fortress isn't going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a full-scale invasion. So, they embark on a mini-recruitment drive, rallying everyone they can. Misao, with her usual ninja flair, and the more composed Aoshi, lead the charge in securing extra manpower. This leads to some rather unexpected alliances. They even reach out to the elder of the fallen village, the very place Kenshin had sought refuge. The elder, a man weathered by life's hardships but still possessing keen wisdom, agrees to lend his community's aid, not just out of loyalty to Kenshin, but for the hope of a better future. The quiet but firm exchange of vows and the metallic sheen of sharpened blades being readied underscores the gravity of their mission. It's a touching display of unity, proving that when the chips are down, even the most disparate groups can come together for a common cause. Talk about community spirit. While the heroes were busy planning their audacious rescue, let's not forget about Kaoru and her own quiet battle. During her captivity, she wasn't just a passive victim. Enishi, being the master of torment he is, subjects her to psychological games and bleak confinement. The constant drip of water in her cell, the unsettling silence, and the vague, taunting words from her captors are all designed to break her spirit. But Kaoru, our resilient kendo instructor, proves she's not just Kenshin's love interest. She's a formidable force in her own right. She strains against her bonds, her eyes burning with defiance. There's a fierce determination etched on her face, a refusal to succumb to despair. Her quiet resolve is a testament to the strength of her character and the unwavering belief in Kenshin and her friends. The soft sounds of her breathing, steady despite the fear, speak to her inner resilience. She's not just waiting to be saved. She's fighting her own battle, mentally challenging Enishi and holding on to hope with both hands. As the fighting truly ceases, and the authorities begin their grim work, we get a moment to survey the sheer scale of the destruction. Enishi's island fortress, once a symbol of his power, is now a desolate wreck. Crumbling walls, twisted metal, and splintered wood litter the landscape. The ground is scarred with craters from explosions and stained from countless battles. The deafening silence that settles over the island is heavy, a stark contrast to the cacophony of war that just unfolded. You can almost feel the tremors of the recent impacts and the ghostly echoes of every clang of steel and every shouted command. It's a powerful visual reminder of the cost of their victory and the sacrifices that were made, both physical and emotional. Not everyone walked away unscathed, and the scars on the land reflect the deeper wounds carried by the survivors. It's a somber tableau, a quiet coda to the violent symphony, proving that even a win comes with a hefty price tag. Back at the mostly rebuilt Kamiya dojo, after the dust has settled and the immediate dangers are past, there's a quiet but profoundly impactful scene between Kenshin and Kaoru. The air feels lighter, but the emotional baggage from their ordeal still lingers. Kaoru approaches Kenshin, her touch gentle but firm. She knows the depths of his despair, the self-blame that had consumed him. Her fingers delicately trace his cross-shaped scar, a constant, painful reminder of Tomoe and his past sins. There's no accusation, only understanding and unwavering support. She speaks softly, reaffirming their bond, reminding him that he doesn't have to carry his burdens alone. The soft murmur of her voice and the gentle rustle of her kimono are the only sounds in the otherwise silent room, creating an intimate, healing space. It's a moment of profound emotional healing, a quiet affirmation that his new life, his atonement, is real and tangible. This isn't just about saving Kaoru. It's about Kaoru saving Kenshin right back, pulling him fully into a shared future. And honestly, it's just really sweet. While the main saga of Kenshin and Enishi finds its resolution, the story doesn't forget the vibrant characters who make up the Kenshin Gumi. We get a glimpse into the future plans and renewed resolve of Sanosuke, Yahiko, and Megumi. Over a shared meal at the now-recovering dojo, amidst the clatter of bowls and friendly banter, they discuss what comes next for them. Sanosuke, ever the wanderer, hints at new adventures but reaffirms his loyalty to his friends. Yahiko, no longer just a boy, shows a mature understanding of his role in the dojo's future, his voice filled with determination. Megumi, the capable doctor, continues her invaluable work, her calm presence a steady anchor. There's a palpable sense of hope and purpose, a quiet commitment to upholding the peace that Kenshin fought so hard to secure. The soft murmurs of their conversation, punctuated by genuine laughter, highlight the strength of their unconventional family. They're not just Kenshin's support system. They're heroes in their own right, ready to face whatever the new era throws at them. It's like their own little spin-off series starting right before our eyes. As the credits loom, the film offers a thoughtful reflection on the broader societal context. We see wider shots of Tokyo, still rebuilding but also showing signs of vibrant, modern progress. The distant clang of construction and the chatter of busy markets illustrate a nation moving forward. This conflict with Enishi wasn't just a personal vendetta. It was a microcosm of Japan's struggles as it transitioned into the Meiji era, grappling with its violent past while striving for a peaceful future. The brutal echoes of the past, like the sound of Kenshin's blade in battle, still resonate, but they are slowly being replaced by the sounds of industry and evolving society. The film subtly reminds us that the fight for peace and justice is never truly over, that it requires constant vigilance and a willingness to confront inner demons as well as external threats. The lessons learned from Kenshin's journey and the painful sacrifices made are not just for him but for the nation as a whole. It's a powerful message, gently underscoring the delicate dance between embracing the new while respecting the old. This wasn't just a flick. It was a philosophy class in disguise. So as we close the book on this chapter of Kenshin's epic tale, we're left with a sense of hope, hard-won and deeply cherished. The path to peace is never simple, often paved with pain and fraught with sacrifice. Yet Kenshin reminds us that redemption is always possible and that true strength lies not in the ability to destroy, but in the unwavering will to protect and to love. His journey from a feared assassin to a gentle guardian inspires us to believe in our capacity for change and the enduring power of human connection. The future remains unwritten, but with hearts committed to peace, any challenge can be overcome.